Hi, welcome to the World Ski Orienteering Championships 2026 in Rusutsu, Hokkaido, Japan. And here we will introduce the course of today. For the men, we have a length of 3.8 kilometer and 12 controls, 15 minutes estimated winning time. And for the women, we have 3.6 kilometer and 11 controls. And here, this is the course from the women's sprint. Unexpectedly, very long leg to the first control. For all athletes, a surprise.
It was a shock to get the map. I first didn't find the first control. I was like, they forgot the first control. But then once I found that and got the flow, it was good.
After first control, it goes, yes, yeah, a little bit flat on the area where we have a golf course, around the golf course there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then a longer course goes to the other side of the golf course and to the across the golf course to the control, second last, 10th control to the finish area. This is the men's leg. Also here, the same actually first control, a very, very long leg. And it was a fantastic day, sunny, temperature -4 degrees. And here, this is the start. And the start of the women. We have the first athlete, Zhu Qian Jin from Chinese Taipei. And you can see it's quite an icy track here. The tracks are pretty icy because some days before it was very warm and then overnight very cold and it was frozen. Now the start, Abe Airu has started from Japan. Lise Marie Kasao from Estonia also just started. And you can see here the athlete has some issues here. It's quite slippery and icy on the first part of right after the start. Hibiki Sano from Japan also started and just passed here the start flag on the way, and you can see, yeah, she's on the way to the very long leg to the first control. Anette Strauta from Latvia also just passed the control flag and on the way to the first control. We have Miki Aramichi, another athlete from Japan. She's 26 years old and from Hokkaido, here, from this area in Rusutsu. And she started 3 years ago with ski orienteering, and it's actually her first ski orienteering world championships. And Doris Kudre from Estonia also just started. Here now we are in the middle of the forest, of the terrain, and as you can see the forest is quite open, but the tracks are pretty hard. But it also gives an opportunity to go off the track. Let's say across the forest, you can see it actually in some ways here. They go off the track, and this is okay. This is very runnable, very easy to skate during the forest. Here we are in the forest. It's right after control 1 on the way to control 2. You can see quite an icy track here, and it's Tamra Cornfield from USA. And we have Antonia Grigorova from Bulgaria. And here you can see she's doing the shortcut, and it's pretty fast with a shortcut. And here we are in the finish area, so the first athletes are coming into the finish area here. And it is Liis-Mari Kaso from Estonia. She's the first athlete here arriving in the finish area. Just punched the last control and on the way to the finish. Anetska Lavakova from Czechia on the way to the start. Here we have Ingeborg Roll Musland from Norway, and she is now just punching the control number 2. And across in the forest you can see it's very easy. It's a hard surface. Linda Lindqvist from Sweden, and she is the world ranking number 13 for this year's season. Very strong here uphill on the way to control number 1. Delia Gietzendanner from Switzerland. She is in the current World Cup ranking number 12. Very strong here on the uphill on the way to control number 1. And then we have Anna Ulvensen from Norway. She is the current leader of the World Cup ranking. Just past the start flag and very strong on the way to control number 1. And we have Anna here just after the control number 1 on the way to control number 2. And also she's using the shortcut in the forest. It's skiable, and many athletes use this way. It's really orienteering in the forest. Linda Lindqvist from Sweden. And we have Hetta Virtanen from Finland. Yeah, she's passing the control number 6 here in the middle of the course. And now on the way to control number 7, and you can see she's already using a shortcut. It's really quite fast, the shortcuts. And we have here in the finish area, it is Linda Lindqvist from Sweden, now punching the last control. And last curve, last meters to the finish. Yeah, the finish area here, it goes a little bit uphill, but a very strong last stroke here is Linda Lindqvist, and she actually has the second best time. Yeah, you could also hear a little bit some sound. It was windy in the finish area. Now Anna Åsa from Sweden. Yeah, she's the world ranking number 5 for the current season. And also here a shortcut to control number 2. Yeah. Now we have 2 athletes downhill to control number 6. So it's Anna Magdalena Olsson from Sweden and Nina Karna from Finland. Yeah, just here control number 6. It's in about halfway the course, and Anna Magdalena Olsson actually caught up with the 1 minute earlier started Nina Karna. And here in the finish area we have Anna Ulvensen in the last meters here in the finish area, just punching the last control, and she was leading in the radio control and is expecting also here to have the new best time. So Anna Ulvensen from Norway just finished, and she's actually leading now in the forest in the race.
Yes, I saw the back of Delia to third control maybe. And it's a huge advantage to see the back. to try to catch her.
Okay, yes. And for you, how was the race? Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I think it was difficult because you could shortcut so much and you were not really on the tracks. Okay. So yeah, I was really happy when Anna passed me and I saw her back. Then it was much more easier.
Okay, thank you. Yes, the first control, long distance, right? Little bit surprised at the start. How did you manage that, the first control?
Yeah, I was quite surprised. It was just such a long leg and a little bit unsure which choice. And then the track I was supposed to go, it didn't look like anybody had skied there, so I was quite unsure. But then it was just because it was so hard and icy there, so you couldn't see. Yeah. And then I managed to calm down and get into the race, I think.
Great, yes. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah. We're waiting.
And now we have the men sprint start. It is the first athlete, Finn Wittiber from Germany, just started. And it's Dmitry Kolomievets from Kazakhstan, also just started. Yeah, here the start area. Beautiful in the start is in the middle of the forest. Here is Yanis Baunis from Latvia, also just started. And it's David Elider from Czechia, also just started on the way to the control flag and now on the way to the also very long leg, control number 1. And Daniel Grätzer from Switzerland also just started. And here we are in the middle of the course. You see it's on the right hand side is the golf course and it's quite fast here also in the forest. Okay, it's Dmitry Kolomeyev from Kazakhstan here on the control 7. It's half the course here in the main sprint course. And Chris Burnham from USA also just started. And also here control number 7, it's Radek Benas from Czechia. He's using the course, other athletes have to actually the shortcut. Here we have Yanis Baunis from Latvia. And followed by Renas Grasis, also Latvia, and we have here Sugata Kaura from Japan. Well, using the tracks, but now he's doing the shortcut and it's really fast. David Eleder from Czechia. Also just passed the control number 7. And back to the start we have Joshua Yeaton from USA. Also just started. Yeah, and we are in the finish area here. We have the first athletes coming from the sprint course back to the finish area. Yeah, the last curve and here in the finish area. It's Renars Grasis from Latvia, just punching the last control, and Dimitri and Radek Benas from Czechia. And we have back to start Jan Andri Müller from Switzerland, just started. And we have Tuomas Outinen from Finland, also just started. And passing here the control flag.
On the way to the long leg. And here is Joshua Yeaton from USA. This is the control number 1, the long leg. And he just turned and now on the way to control number 2. And we have at the start Mattias Larsson from Sweden. Also just started. And passing the control flag, very strong uphill. On the way to control number 1. And we are back at control number 7 here, halfway course. So and it's Eito Iwabuchi, and he's using actually a shortcut to the control number 8. And we have Chris Marcus Krav from Estonia. He is on the other side using the track around. Rasmus Wikbom from Sweden. He is in the world ranking number 18. And here we Tuomas Outinen on now just punching the control number 7 and heading back to control number 8. And it's Kevin Hallop, Estonia. Here at this stage, so Tuomas Outinen from Finland actually caught up 2 minutes earlier started Kevin Hallop from Estonia. And we are back at the finish area, and it's Chanandri Müller in the finish area. And punching the last control just now. And back to the start, it's Bjørnar Kvale from Norway. Just started. Also here, yeah, passing the control flag on the way to the long leg, the control number 1. And in the finish area, Henrik Asklöf from Finland. And behind him, Chris Burnham from USA, also in the finish area. And in the finish area, also Andri Jordi from Switzerland. And Christoph Prusa from Czechia. Back to the start. And it is Niklas Ekström from Finland. Passing the start flag and on the way to control number 1. And at the start, Jürgen Backlet, he is the current World Cup ranking number 1. Just started. And on the way to control number 1. And here we are at the control number 7. And it is Bjørnar Kvale from Norway just passing. Also he is using the shortcut now, really orienteering. And here from control 1 to 2, Jørgen Backlet from Norway just passing, and also here immediately take a shortcut straight up to the control. You can see it. Yeah. And we are back at the in halfway the control number 7. It's Gustav Nordström from Sweden. And just behind him Jørgen Backlet, Norway. And he caught up with the 1 minute earlier started Gustav Nordström. And we have at the start Sturk Karmsvak from Norway. He is in the current season World Cup number 2. And he's on the way now to the start flag. And here on the way to the start flag is Aupo Vippola from Finland. Yeah, very strong here, first part, on the way to first control. And here in the finish area, Gorsin Müller from Switzerland. Yeah, and here in the finish area, it is Niklas Ekström from Finland. Yeah, just turning into the finish area in the last part, on the way to the last control. And you can see we have quite a lot of big audience here in the finish area supporting the athletes. And here in the last part, the last meters here in the finish area, it goes a little bit up here, but a strong finish here. Niklas Ekström from Finland, and he's actually third place.
And the new best time, 16 minutes 38 seconds.
Yeah, and in the finish area it is Jørgen Baklet from Norway. Just now turning into the finish area. The last meter on the way here to the last control with long skating. Yeah, turning now and also here into the last part to the finish, the last meters to the finish. Jørgen Baklet from Norway, and he has a new best times.
It was a bit tougher than I expected, but yeah, it was very fun. Very long leg to the first control. That was not something I was prepared for, so had to take some few extra seconds to see where was the best route choice. But yeah, I think pretty clean race. So yeah, I hope not too many guys come and beat me.
Great. How do you feel about the terrain?
Yeah, it's pretty fun. It's a bit open, and now the snow is so hard, so we can almost everywhere go like pretty straight. So use the tracks a little bit, but yeah, it's a bit more normal orienteering almost.
Great. Thank you very much. Good luck for the rest.
Thank you.
And here's some part from the finish area. You can see it's a little bit tricky. It's not easy. There are some icy parts close to the finish area. Stirk Kamsvak from Norway. He just passed the control number 7 and on the way to control number 8. Also straight across the forest. Stirk Kamsvak now in the finish area. The last spurt and punching the last control. Last curve, and here now in the last meters to the finish, Stirk Kamsvak from Norway. And he has got the second best time of today's sprint race. And here is the result list for today's sprint race from the women, with Anna Ulfensson as a champion today. Yeah, we have got total 42 athletes finished in the women's category. And here you can see the beautiful scenery from Rusutsu and the men result of today's sprint race. Jørgen Baklet from Norway, champion. Second time in a row. Also 2 years ago he was the champion, world champion in the sprint list. And total 56 athletes participated in today's sprint race. And here's some impression from the mascot ceremony for the women and from the men. And thank you very much for watching our YouTube channel, and we will be back with the parachute race, the day 2.